Hello, and welcome to another edition of Coffee with the Wolves. I am your host today, Coach Shaun Sanderson, head women's basketball coach, stepping in for Damian Dennis. Today we have our cross country coach, Jeff DeGraw. How are you today?
Good, Shaun. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good.
I can't believe a cross-country coach is talking to a basketball coach.
I know. What a mix, huh?
Running.
I,
I've seen your teams. No, I'm
no.
kidding.
By the way, your coffee, what kind of coffee did you have today?
I'm not like you. I don't stop at Dunkin' Donuts. My wife makes good old Folgers at home.
Well, I didn't go to Dunkin' yesterday or today, so I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah, that is good.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I do have some orange juice here today.
Okay, good.
So, it's been a few episodes since you've been on. Give us an update. How's the team going, men's and women's cross country?
We probably ran our best race a couple weeks ago. In fact, it was a week ago at Heartland on Thursday, and then we have 2 weeks off. So Heartland down in Normal at Maxwell Park. I thought we ran. We still have not ran a full healthy team all season, but we're getting there. I mean, we've had, some of the kids, in fact, asked me the last couple of days, Coach, we got 2 full weeks off, and then the third week we have another meet, so next Friday. Why don't we have more meets? And I said, well, our training has gone so well, and we want to be healthy, especially at this time of the year with basically we have 3 meets left. The meet in Greenville at Hillsborough Country Club, that's Southern Illinois, next Friday. And then 2 weeks after that is the regional meet. And then 2 weeks after that, the national meet. So we're getting, down to pretty much the end of our season.
So in your training, now that you're getting closer to postseason, is there any difference in terms of preparation and practices?
Yeah, it's a little more intense, a little more speed, still keeping up a strong distance base, but, pretty much the same. I'm a big believer in routine, keeping everything the same, same practice schedule, same time, because that's what their body gets used to, and I think you need to do that. I think your body gets sort of shell-shocked when you get out and break your routine of what you normally do day in and day out. And we started August 1st, and I told them routine is important because starting August 1st, it was only, and it works out almost to the T, 100 days from when you start August 1 to the national meet. So now we're down to about 30 days.
Yeah, and in terms of rest, because I think at some point, I know in the basketball season, the kids tend to get a little bored, and it's like they're ready for that postseason play. Do you put a lot of emphasis or less emphasis on some things, or what's something that you in particular tend to really focus on?
Well, the one thing that we focus on is there's only one meet that matters for us. For other team sports like you with basketball or baseball, every little game or something has a meaning. So towards your placement at your regional tournament or something like that, where ours is just one race. If we don't do it that one race, season's over. And that's especially in our sport, and this at your sport, you always remember the last time you competed.
Yeah, absolutely.
Whether it's win or lose.
Absolutely.
Your last one.
Absolutely. If there's any, and this is a kind of a bonus question, if there's any, I ironically had the opportunity to go and watch your team race down at Heartland, and I must admit that was my first time seeing a cross-country race, so I really enjoyed it. So it was a lot of agony of defeat. And
oh yeah, it's only one person can win an individual can win a race.
Yeah.
But then that's why cross country is so different than track, where it's a team race.
Yes.
Like our women, they were third in the race as a team, which I thought they ran very well. And again, we did not have everybody there healthy, but I thought they ran very well. And the men continued to impress. Nathan Sarletti was third overall. He ran his best race of the year. So it's a gradual thing. And I also know that you were on that meet, and I appreciate you, driving one of the vans down there, and it was great that you got to see finally a collegiate cross country
Yeah,
race.
yeah.
But I also know you were a little disappointed with something from your past.
Yeah, Bojangles restaurant is not the same anymore.
That was funny because when we drove into Normal, the way we go to Maxwell Park, we get out of the vans and Shaun's walking and he goes, Jeff, there's a Bojangles. I haven't been to a Bojangles for so long. He was talking about their biscuits and the chicken. And I said, well, we don't need the vans now. We got everything set up. Go ahead and go.
Yeah, I was a little disappointed, especially they only sold chicken tenders. So
Yeah, it's not like, what, sometimes your memories are what is best.
yeah, yeah. So I'll know next time not to stop. So yeah. So you mentioned Nathan. Any other standout runners? You know, I was really amazed. Because of course you love your sport, but just to look at the drive and the determination, and I know I couldn't have ran cross country growing up. But I was just really amazed how everyone competed.
Yeah,
So
and for the men, it's 5 miles. So you have to keep that, intensity for, 25 to 30 minutes.
yeah,
And everybody gets tired. Everybody's getting tired. It's just not you. I mean, everybody's in the same boat. And, and I'm sure you know this, and I don't think too many people, especially at the college level and especially at the high school level, more so in the professional level, they work on it a lot. And we're fortunate enough here to have Scott Halicki on our staff for the mental aspect. But everybody can train. I mean, your sport's no different. You can teach your kids what to do in basketball, but when they get out on the court, or when my runners get out on the course, you don't shoot for them. I don't run for them,
right,
and it's everything between the ears.
right.
So much of sports is mental, and I think that's a lot that's missing, especially with, I don't want to say lower level, but division. No matter if it's NAIA, NCAA, or NJCAA, some of the different levels. I think the mental aspect. Everybody thinks there's magic in the training.
No,
No,
no.
there's no magic in the training. If there was, we'd all be doing it the same way. Everybody has their own philosophy, but the biggest thing is believing in yourself, your teammates, and the mental aspect of everything.
And on our ride back from the meet, that was our conversation. We were talking about the mental part of it. And in my head, I'm like, whoa, you haven't mastered this yet? Like, when that meets your athletic ability, like, oh my goodness. So it's definitely something I think when those two meet,
Oh yeah.
I can't wait to see how
Well,
you
and
guys
that's
pan out.
and with any athlete and as a coach, that's what you want to find and try to find. And sometimes you find it with athletes, and sometimes you don't. And that's what you always are constantly working on.
Yeah, yeah. Some of your women athletes, what are some of those standout athletes right now, cross country runners right now?
Gabby Zid is a freshman from Manuka. And then, in fact, our top 3 runners for the women right now are from Manuka, which has a great high school program. Olivia Kicks, who took a couple years off but is now back running, which I think is fantastic, and Vivian Forte, they've been doing well. And then we're getting stronger right now in the back end, and that's because we have some people who never really pushed or really ran cross country to this level in high school, and they are really starting to believe in themselves, and their workouts and practice indicate that. And that's the group that we just have to get to believe that they can do this. They do it every day in practice, and sometimes, and again, it's another thing with sports, the worst thing an athlete can do is think.
Absolutely. Don't
Yeah.
think, just perform.
Exactly. Just go out and do what you do every day. Sometimes they overanalyze everything,
Yes, absolutely.
and that's the downfall. Just go do. Just go do. That's what you're, quote, programmed to do.
Yes, yes. Now we're kind of getting in that season of where the weather's changing. And I know, I myself, growing up with a respiratory um, asthma, this has kind of been that tricky time of the year with the weather changing. Is that something that you try to prevent, or the more you run, does it help? Like, what are your views on that?
Well, especially for us, it's cooler. We practice in the mornings, and I think that's great because we've never had to deal with the heat of the day. And I think running in the heat a lot takes some stuff out of you just because you can't go as hard if you're running in the afternoon. And you know what it was like when we had those 90 to 100 degree, I mean, for a week there. I would have hated to have to go out in the afternoon and try to, do good workouts at that time of the year. Now it is, like you said, it is starting to get a little bit cooler in the morning. But, our national race is at noon. It's not at 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So, again, that routine of being ready to run earlier more than later is good. And then they still get used to it because we have a lot of Friday meets where they do have to run in the afternoon. So, and those meets, don't mean as much as the national meet, but they're getting a little bit of experience, training in the morning, racing in the afternoon, training in the morning, running at noon won't be that much of a difference come the national meet time. And our regional meets in the morning also.
Yeah, and so I know, so my players, they sometimes, because I play with them, sometimes I get out there and run on the court. I know sometimes we get out and we run. Well, you run, I don't run, but you try to get me out there to run. So, personally, like, do you continue? Do you run?
Not with the team.
Okay.
There's no way. I can't. I can't even keep up with the women anymore. Now I got my bike downstairs.
Okay.
I'll ride the bike when if I need to go see them, or I'll run around to see them at different points. But I got the bike. The bike comes in real handy, especially when you get over that. When you're about 35, 40 years old.
Yeah, yeah. But when you run, how many miles?
Depends on the day.
Okay.
Depends on how I feel.
Okay.
I still enjoy it, but
Yeah.
no racing, nothing like that. It's just because, I guess once a runner, always a runner.
Okay. Yeah. That's what I say. Once a basketball player, always a basketball
That's
player.
right.
My jumper is still there. So.
Okay.
All right. Well, we want to thank you for coming out with us today. Okay. We have cross-country runner Gavin Carlson. How are you today?
Pretty good. How about you?
I'm doing well, thank you. Before we jump into the questions, what's your coffee of choice?
Personally, I just drink it black.
Okay. Any particular place?
Dunkin'.
Dunkin'. Okay. That's a place for runners, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right. So, what year are you?
Freshman.
Freshman. What high school did you come from?
Manuka.
Manuka. All right. And how's your experience been here at JJC so far?
Great. Lots of fun.
Okay. And what's your major?
Construction management.
Construction management. How's classes going for you?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Good.
Passing all my classes.
Good. Good. If you weren't, would you tell me on air or no?
I probably would, yeah.
All right. So just out of curiosity, I always like to ask the student athletes, why JJC?
Cheap. That's pretty much.
That's it? Nothing else?
It's cheap. It's close. Don't got to go anywhere.
Okay. Okay. Nothing about the beauty of it?
I mean, it is really nice, too. Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right. So how's the season going for you?
Pretty good. Got to improve a little bit, but there's still time left.
Okay. In what areas do you think you need to improve?
The last mile, for sure. I've been first 4 miles been pretty good, and then the last mile I've been almost walking. But we got to train, get there by nationals. Really, that's the only meet that really matters. So I'll get there.
Okay. So does that improvement, does that come with the team, or is that something that you would personally have to do?
Definitely personally, but I think the whole team in general, if we all keep training, keep going, and it's like 30 days until nationals, so we just got to keep going and see what we can do at nationals.
What is your mental approach when that gun goes off?
Oh, when that gun goes off, I'm like, well, I got to keep going. There's no stopping, nothing, no pauses in cross country. You just got to keep going. You fall down, got to get back up, keep going.
Yeah.
Just got to be in it the whole time.
How at Manuka, how many years did you run there?
3 years.
3.
Yep.
Has there been a significant difference? I noticed the collegiate level, but has there been a significant difference in your eyes between the transition here?
Yeah, there are a lot less meets in the year, and training, I feel like it's a lot more personalized. DeGraw looks at the team and he knows what to do and everything, and a lot more structured towards us. But for sure,
Hmm.
it's been great. It's been great.
So for me, we talk about chemistry, coaching basketball.
Hmm.
You know, we have 5 players on the floor. It's got to be like timing and things like that. So with cross country, is that more of an individual? I know it's a team that's out there, but is it more individual based? And is there such thing as chemistry?
Definitely, I think cross country is a big team sport if you think about it, because you have to, especially we're out there running a race. You need 5 people to finish for the whole team. So if you're out there, you're passing your teammate, let's go, stick on with me, let's go, get better, because you could think about it personally, but then if you want your team to be good, your whole team's got to be good. It's not just you. I mean, what you do personally contributes to it, but you got to get your team out there with it, train with them hard, everything. It's a team sport, really.
Okay. Is there anything that you do? I know for us, we always talk about, well, you are what you eat. So, do you do anything as far as like with nutrition? Is that something that you focus on?
Um, Personally, I eat whatever I want. I think I trained myself as pretty much 8 years of running competitively, and I think you should eat good. Like the day before a race, I'll try to eat better, get ready to run. But really, I think it's all about your mentality. If you go into you're about to run, you go into it. I ate terrible yesterday. I'm gonna run bad. You're gonna run bad.
Yeah.
If you're like, I ate bad yesterday, ate good, whatever. I'm gonna have a good run. That's all you got to do. You'll feel good. If you feel bad, you feel bad, but you just gotta keep going. I mean,
Is there, not to put you on the spot here, but I'm gonna put you on the spot. Is there something that you can do better in that area?
100%, 100%.
Do you
But
think that'll make the difference in that mile we're talking about?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
So that'll be your homework assignment. We won't talk about it on
yeah.
there. So, is there someone on the team that challenges you, like maybe when you're out there running, or maybe even just in practice?
Oh, 100%. Nathan Ciroletti. He's better than me, but he keeps me going. He's always up there, and I try to stick with him all the time, and gotta keep sticking with him. He makes me better, and makes him better too.
It's funny you say that. Coach DeGraw just before you, he mentioned Nathan. So, but yeah, I guess I, of course, had my first cross country meet when I drove you guys to
Oh
the meet.
yeah.
Yeah, so it was a phenomenal thing to see for me. So, so of course you have your practices, you have your meets. Do you do extra running, or is that something you just wait for practice for?
Usually, if we have practice, I'll usually just run at practice. But the weekends we don't have practice, so I usually run 1 or 2 of the days. Depends on how I feel, but get a good, nice long run in, 10 miles, something like that. So you got to get out there and do it. But if you get your headphones in, lock in, it's not too bad.
Okay, you mentioned the headphones. Who do you listen to? Who's on your playlist?
Oh, I got a lot of country rap, Luke Combs, Drake, all sorts of people.
Okay,
Those are the big ones.
okay, all right. Um, so one other question I have for you. So I know you mentioned, of course, there's the men and women cross country teams. Is there is there a competitiveness amongst the men and women, or is it pretty much that's the women and we're the men? It doesn't really matter.
I think there is a little bit, but I think we're kind of all separated.
Hmm.
We have different workouts and stuff all the like at practice, but we keep it a little competitive, see how we're doing and stuff. But always got to cheer them on and everything, keep them going too.
Yeah.
Still part of the same team.
What if you had to give your personal assessment? How do you think you're doing so far? And also, do you think you've really improved or taken your, I guess we can say, your competitiveness or run to another level since high school?
I think I definitely improving, definitely improving. Each season you get a little better each season. So definitely, but I think still some work to be done before the end of the season. But I think definitely a step up from high school.
Okay. And I'm going to present that same question as it relates to the team. Like, how do you think so far with the team?
I think, yeah, I think about everyone has definitely improved. I have a few teammates, or one boy teammate, two girls that are from Anuka, and everyone stepped up a little bit.
Yeah.
And I'm sure, I know Nathan, he went to JCA. I mean, he's definitely improving. You just see from times from last year and times from this year. I mean, everyone, I think, just like I said before, each season stacked on top of each other. Each season get better, getting older, get more experienced each year.
All right. So we're gonna go futuristic here. You're at the Nationals,
Yeah.
okay? You don't have to worry about class right now.
hmm
Give us your daily routine. Let's say the race is at noon. What would you do? Like from the time you wake up, give us your routine.
Well, when I'm waking up, definitely starting off nice breakfast, maybe some bread or something, maybe oatmeal. Nothing much. Can't eat much before I race. It's not good. I mean, for Nathan he eats a lot, but me, I can't. I gotta keep it at minimum. I gotta be going to the line a little hungry, but fight or flight. If you're hungry, do that breakfast, and then maybe don't sit down a lot. Keep himself warm a little bit throughout the day.
Hmm.
Get the uniform on and everything. Get ready to go. Get on the bus. Get to the meet. Wait around about 45 minutes before you run.
Hmm.
Start stretching. Get a warm up in. Get to the line. Stretch some more. Stride out back and forth. Get a little meeting with coach, and then there we go.
How early would your day start if there's a noon race? Like 5 a.m., 4:30, 6?
Like waking up.
Yeah.
If the race is at like 12, probably like 6,
6.
6ish.
Okay.
Yeah. Gotta
Okay.
eat breakfast early. Don't want to be don't want to eat it too close to when you race, because then that's bad. That could be bad, very bad.
What is your reaction when you win that race?
I mean, if I win nationals, I'd be crazy. I mean, I'd be like, let's go. I'd be like, race of the season for sure. It'd be insane. Let's see what happens though.
All right, and one last question. Any thoughts after, I'm sure after this you want to move on and run at a 4-year
hmm
institution.
Yeah.
Any thoughts of running any marathons?
Oh, 100%. I definitely one in my life, definitely. But I think I'm more distant, so I think if I start training for a marathon, I think it'd be pretty decent.
Okay.
So if I am, I'll be running them a lot.
Okay.
I think they'll be fun to run. Definitely an accomplishment if I get one done, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, good. Well, all the best to you and the team. I hope I'm able to get out and see you guys run again. That was pretty fun.
Oh yeah.
And hopefully we get you on the show in the future here.
Hey, let's do it.
All right. Well, that was this edition of Coffee with the Wolves, presented by JJC Athletics. Thank you for joining us and look forward to seeing you next time.